Hey guys, welcome back to MTG Eternal. Let's dive back into the lore of Ajani Goldmane. After returning to Naya, he confronts Tanak's mother. She tells him that Marisi had something to do with the attack on their pride. When confronting Marisi, the two were interrupted by Mael, a female shaman and the de facto leader of the Cillian elves from Alara. Those that live on Naya know her as the Anima. Marisi then told Ajani to seek out Nicol, one of the 7 elder dragons. Remembering his encounter with Karthus, he traveled back to Jund. To his surprise, Jund no longer existed, and the conflicts had begun. After enduring a rough landing, Ajani ends up in the presence of Kresh, a human warrior of Jund, and Clan Neltoth. They swear to help Ajani slay Nicol and get his vengeance. They traveled together to the borders of Grixis, yet another shard of Alara. During this, Kresh settled his grudge against Raka Mar, a female human shaman from Jund, whose magic specializes on summoning elementals of rage and flame, hence why they come in swinging with haste. Although Kresh began the fight, Ajani ended it by finishing off Raka Mar with a bolt of rage. Zaliki, the shaman of Ajani's pride, and Mael ended up finding Ajani on the edge of Grixis and wanted Ajani to lead them against an army of dragons led by Sarkhan. During this, Jazal's murderer was finally uncovered. It was Zaliki! Sadly, Zaliki did this because she was being manipulated by Marisi. Ajani ended up losing out on his quest for vengeance because Zaliki also murdered Marisi, the true culprit behind Jazal's death. During this realization, Nicol decided to confront the assembled armies of Naya and Jund. Bolas proceeded to consume the mana of the Maelstrom, and Ajani combated this by severing everyone's mana bonds. He also absorbed the last bit of mana from the Maelstrom that Nicol hadn't. He used this mana to conjure up an effigy of Bolas' soul in order to banish him from Alara. After the Conflicts Wars, Ajani ended up finally gaining the respect of the Pride. The Pride offered Ajani the position of Ka. Instead of accepting this offer, he left Naya and gave this position to Zaliki. After the events of the conflicts, Nicol grew to keep Ajani in mind while making his plans for the future. Unlike with anyone else, Bolas grew hesitant when making plans because of Ajani. Ajani proved he was someone that could get in Bolas' way, so Bolas kept that in mind going forward. Ajani once again went to find Elsbeth. After going through people who last saw her, he finally found her in the pits of Urborg, a marshy isle on Dominaria, known for its large concentration of black mana. She was fighting against another armed planeswalker. Ajani stopped her from delivering the final blow to the other planeswalker when she saw a Phyrexian symbol on their arm. He took her back home and tried to get her not to return to the pits. He felt like she could do so much more good on Alara than being stuck fighting for money in the pits and treating herself so badly. She denied his offer and claimed that Grixis would overrun Bant's Golden Plains anyway, so it wouldn't really matter what she does. She also claimed that Bant itself was already gone. He told Elsbeth that her lack of hope saddened him. Before he left, he kindly decided to return her armor that she had left on Bant. Unable to bear Elsbeth's destructive behavior towards herself, he decides to track her down. His tracking led him to the plane of Theros. He finds that Brimaz, a Leonin who he's already met, has risen up to the rank of king in Theros. Around the campfires, he learned of Elsbeth's role in the events that have taken place and the injustice done to her. Brimaz did Ajani a favor by having his men find her. After a while, they were reunited at Tethmos, the primary Leonin den in Theros. Ajani could see the pain that Elsbeth went through during her trials, but she was unwilling to tell what happened there. She swore to Ajani that they would set things right. Hearing this, Ajani decided to stay by her side. To set things right, they traveled to the temple of Krufix, the god of horizons and time, who is associated with green and blue mana. Thanks for tuning in for part 2 of Ajani's lore. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what character you want to learn more about in a lore video. I will see you in the next video, and again, thanks for watching MTG Eternal.